Hello, everyone. How are you doing out there? I am back again today, and I would love to talk about this idea of curiosity over judgment. Curiosity over judgment. This is something that I heard from a beautiful, beautiful teacher and visionary named Vanessa Stone, and she's usually teaching this to high school age youth. But I do believe that it is a fantastic lesson and teaching for all of us, no matter what age. And I love that she is teaching this to high school age youth, because I feel like that's the age where, judgment is, lifelong. It's something that, hi, John. It's something that is human nature, right? Judgment, instant judgment. But if we can be working with children in high school age, letting them or helping them to understand to first get curious about someone before judging them. Judgment is strong when you're in high school, right? That's when it's coming in hard and it's everywhere, all around you. We're all trying to figure out our way and judging others and this and that. So if we can do this with the youth, that is fantastic. And again, I think it's natural human nature to judge. And I love this topic because it's something that I've worked really hard on, overcoming this judgment and flipping it and changing it into compassion. And it's huge. It's so huge. I feel like we are all doing the best that we can with what we've got. And when we are immediately judging people, it is telling a false story about someone that we don't really know, right? It's like walking someone else's shoes. There's a super powerful story that I will never forget. I can't remember who it was. I feel like it was Stephen Covey or somebody. But it's after a long day of work and he's getting on the subway and the subway's packed. And a man gets on and sits next to him and he's got 3 kids with him. And the father's 3 kids are going nuts. They're jumping all over the subway. They're loud. They're being super rambunctious. And the man keeps thinking to himself, when is this father going to get control of his children? And he tries to hold back and he just sits with it and watches and tries to not say anything. And finally he can't, because the kids are just losing it, right? So he finally says to the man, do you think you should do something with your kids? It's pretty busy. And the man looks up at him and he says, oh yeah, my kids. He said, yeah, we actually just left the hospital and their mom just died and they're probably having a hard time coping with it. I don't even really know what to do with that myself. And it really struck the man that he was, judging this man and his kids losing their minds when really they had just lost their mom. And that is so powerful, because we really, truly do not know what is happening with the other person that we're judging. This happened to me recently, and it was a crazy realization. And it's a process. I realized this process of overcoming judgment and turning into compassion. It was in a setting where there was like some healing work going on, and these 2 young girls were there, and they were sisters, and they were beautiful, blonde, beautiful, and they were coming. Oh my gosh, John, it's 2 a.m. They were coming from a really nice town in California. And I immediately thought, what are these girls doing here? Like, what do they have to heal over? What suffering could they have possibly experienced in their lives? And man, I found out later that they had gone through tremendous suffering, and they were just these young girls. And it really struck me, like immediately I judged them. Oh, they're, blonde and beautiful and well-to-do, and what could they have gone through? And oh my gosh, if I was so wrong. And it just really made me realize that, suffering is universal. It really doesn't matter skin color, age, where you've come from, anything, what it looks like on the outside, right? We've all been through stuff. We've all been through many things that we've overcome. So that was a powerful reminder to me to just really call myself out on the judgments. And I think it's like the mind, right? The mind is that fast. It's almost like you don't even have control over it. And you're immediately thinking something about that person. But it's in the process of catching ourselves, like I did, and loving, allowing myself to think the thoughts and realize that, they aren't true. And it's okay that I thought that, and to overcome that. And next time, be really aware. I think that this curiosity over judgment is a wonderful thing to remember in traffic. Traffic seems to be a huge trigger for so many people. And this is where I really got to practice this curiosity over judgment. Or compassion over judgment is another one. Every time I'm behind somebody who's cut me off or anything that, won't let me over, I personally will try to think of, maybe they just lost their wife. Maybe they just found out they have cancer. Maybe their child is in the hospital. I mean, we really have no idea. And traffic is something that we can get so triggered by because we just think it's the other person in their car and it's us against them and we're all trying to get somewhere so fast. But if we can just slow down and realize that these people, we don't know what's going on with these people. And maybe someone is just rude. Maybe someone is just a jackass and they're cutting you off and they really don't have any reason other than that. And in that case, I think to myself, thank God I do not have that type of aggression and anger in my life, because there's no way, if that person really is that aggressive and angry in their car, you know that's pouring over into their whole life. And there's really no way that that person is feeling any sort of happiness or joy in their life on a consistent basis. And in that case, I just bless them, I love them, and I release them. I just like move past it, right? I just let it go. And pray for them to find some peace in their life, really. And so another situation that I find myself doing this is just snap judgment, people on the street, right? Someone walking by you or anyway. I mean, it happens all the time. The mind is like constantly judging people. And this is something recently that I just started doing a while ago. If I see somebody that I immediately snap judge, hey, Deanne, if I find somebody that I'm immediately snap judging, I automatically tell them I love them. Immediately, I love you. Okay, now I don't literally come up to them and tell them I love them, but in my mind, I immediately will drop the thought and say, I love you, right? That might sound weird. I don't know where it came from or why I started doing it, but it immediately flips you into compassion because again, I don't know what that person is going through. They could be going through who knows what. And it is not my place to judge and make up a story about where they are or where they're coming from, right? Yeah, just send them love. And I think that the I love you thing is an easy thing to really do in the moment. Immediately catch yourself and immediately just tell them you love them. I do it even when I'm judging people on a billboard. I love you. I got to stop judging. Just, I love you. So I love that. We're all doing the best we can. We're all trying to figure out this game of life. I mean, right? We've all come from a certain upbringing or a certain culture, and we're all just trying to figure it out. And if we can start shifting from judgment into compassion or judgment into just curious, why is that person acting this way? Who knows? Immediate love response, yeah. Who knows why they're coming up this way, right? We just don't know. And it's not our job to know. It's not our job to try to fix these people or judge them. So I love this, sending some compassion, sending some love. So next time that happens, next time you see someone, I love you, I love you, I love you. It doesn't matter who they are or what they are, if they even know it. I'm sure they can feel it on some level. So, hi, Elizabeth. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. That is it for today. I'm so happy that I successfully recorded this video. Honestly, I had to go into my room and dance. I had to dance around before I jumped on camera because I was, not quite feeling it, but I love that I was able to jump up. Love it. I see them as, Deanne says, I see them as angels, that they were out there to slow me down, to protect me from something. Yeah, when drivers are being slow, driving too slow, it's such a beautiful moment to be able to just take a deep breath, release, and realize that, this is a sign, yeah, that you are meant to be going this slow right now. Thank you for all the hearts. Yeah, right? Yeah, it's great. It's great to just think about, why is this person in my path right now? What is this person trying to teach me? What can I learn from this? Instead of immediately jumping into the judgment over it or the trigger. So it makes life so much easier to live. You can just flow through, right? So thanks you guys so much. I love you, Anne. I love you, Elizabeth. I love you, John. Good night. Sleep well. Thanks you guys so much. And I will be back on tomorrow. Curiosity, compassion over judgment. I love you guys. Bye.